thoughts take up so much and determine so much of what we do and who we are from day to day that it's not a subject that can be ignored. Or our thoughts can be the difference between winning and losing, um, attaining and disappointment, success and failure. And it all comes down to an inner voice that has been with us from the time we can all remember. Right? So to kind of put it in context, I want to think about the 4 minute mile. Right? It was seen as impossible. A human being can't run that fast, can't sustain that amount of speed for that long in order to run that distance in that time. Right? You guys have heard this. And then someone did. It happened. You know, a 4 minute mile. And people were amazed at the time. And then what started to happen? Another person did it. And another person did it. And another person did it. And now you fast forward, and that's pretty close to the standard. Right? So what's the difference between fast forwarding to now and that time being the standard, and knowing that well-trained, well-tuned in bodies can accomplish this distance in this time, and rewinding to a short time ago where it just wasn't possible, you know, whether it be people got into, you know, muscles and structure and cardiovascular capabilities, making all these excuses. What's the difference? Like, the whole difference in that whole evolution is just thought. And the way we as a collective and the way we as individuals thought and do think. Right? So as it pertains to us in our chat today, I mean, I hope you can see that thought and our thought patterns, our thought process means so much going forward in this thing called life. Right? We always talk about aspirations. We always talk about goals. And we talk about positivity, not giving up, you know, not being a victim to circumstance. But thought plays such a huge role in this, because we can have these conversations all day, every day, right? We can share back and forth. We can share uplifting stories. We can share success and failure stories that make us all feel like one, right? Make us all feel like we've been in each other's shoes, and make us feel like part of something bigger than ourselves. But at the end of the day, if our thoughts aren't with the ideals that we say to one another, and dare I say that we preach to one another, we are no further along than when we started. We are no further along than those people way back then saying that a feat of human brilliance, perseverance, conditioning, and athleticism, such as the 4 minute mile, we are no different than them. Right? So the way I see it is, our thoughts can take us to the future, or our thoughts can burn us down and send us to the Stone Age. Now this applies to all realms of life, right? This applies to academia. This applies to career choices, athletics, relationships, self-acceptance, self-worth. Thought is the root that eventually grows into our greater being. It's the seed that is planted in order for us to grow and succeed, or wilt and die. And I'd like us to just get a handle on that. I'd like us to I'd like us to think about thought. Right? Because how many situations have you been in? And I'll give you guys a second to just think of your own past and think of how you got to this point today, right here, right now. How many times have you seen your thoughts, good or bad, somehow manifest themselves in your lives? In your life. Right? I hope this doesn't happen, or, it won't happen to me. That kind of thing won't happen. And then next thing you know, it might not be the next day or the next week or the next month, the next year. But one day you can like, man, I've become that person, or I'm now going through this situation. And on the flip side of it, I have a goal, whether it be reaching a certain pinnacle of life, finding a partner to go through life with, whether it be for a set period of time or whether it be for the rest of your days, right? Whether it be friendship, whether it be romantic, whether it be a business partnership, right? How many times have you thought to yourself, man, it would be nice to have this person in my life, or have this realm, this pillar of my life erected in such a way that I can feel it coming. When I close my eyes, I'm already there, right? How many times have you had those kind of thoughts to the future and our wants? And the same as going backwards. One day you kind of step outside yourself and realize, hey, I've accomplished this, this, and this. I've accomplished so much. Yes, I still have a bigger goal. Yes, I'm still working towards being the man, woman, child, animal that I want to be. But look at my stepping stones. Look at how far I've come from the person I was when I had these thoughts and they first sprung out of my brain, out of my consciousness, out of my being, to right now. It's a beautiful thing. And it all stems from within you. Right? So you see how powerful it is. You have friends, loved ones, family, passersby that affect your thought pattern every single day. Right? You may read a headline in the grocery store that sticks with you all day. You may hear a joke that sticks with you all day. You may hear someone say something painful towards you, or someone that you love and care about, that will stick with you all day. And that alone shows you how much thought affects our general being. Because I can guarantee you, when you're having negative thoughts, when you're having thoughts of something that does not uplift you, you're not going to consider that a bad day. Or a good day. Sorry, you're not going to consider that a good day. That will be in the bad day category, if you do believe in the difference between good and bad days, right? If you believe in that terminology for right now that I'm saying to you, those thoughts of negativity and the ones that weigh you down, whether it be towards a person or a thing such as a job, will hold you prisoner. But if you allow your thoughts to go elsewhere, if you allow your thoughts to take you into a realm of positivity and a realm of feeling good about who you are, where you are, and what you're doing, that's when we start to take a turn. Because outside influences cannot affect our thoughts unless we let them, right? We've talked about this before. Outside influences cannot affect our thoughts unless we let them. So think of all the people who tried that 4-minute mile, right? Going into the race, like, yeah, you can try it, but it's not going to work out. It's not physically possible. So yeah, go and try it and see how close you can get. Right? Or think of, using the internet. Some person one time said, yeah, go ahead, try and construct this interweb thing, that people don't have to leave their homes to see what time their favorite pizza store closes. Go ahead and try it. It'll never work, but try it. And now what are we doing? We can't go a day without pulling out our smartphones and or our laptops and going onto the internet for something. Right? Could have been how you found your way here today. So let's be aware of the thoughts that are going on within our inner being, within our consciousness, within our minds. Because that could be the difference between years of elevation and success and years of feeling like you are behind the eighth ball. Try it out. Maybe one day, 2 days, maybe try it for 3 days straight. Right? And it's nothing huge. We all have different circumstances that are going to affect our day to day. But if we can keep our thoughts in the present, and if we can keep our thoughts in the positive lane, we will benefit from it. It's just the way it goes. Whether it be science, whether it be faith, whichever side you want to lean to, there are some things in this life that do stay constant. And our thoughts positively affecting our beings is one of those things that will uplift us and will carry us towards our goal, not break us down and send us the other way. And I know you can do it. I know you can. Some days are harder than others. I understand. Some circumstances are hard and you feel like taking a day off, maybe escaping for a while. But if those thoughts are always reaching to pull you upwards and never to drag you down into the mud, today will be a good day, and tomorrow will be a better day. So think about it. Think about who you want to be and why you want to be that person. How are you going to get there?